It's a great Thursday. Million little miracles to count today. Welcome to Unlocked with Key with BB. And today we're going to celebrate life through sports a little bit, BB. Sports is the greatest thing in the game. Why? Because it brings millions and millions of people together, where other places where you don't see a lot of people come together, the one place you see one person wearing the same jersey as you, and automatically y'all are the same. Y'all are a unit. Y'all are a family. And that is in sports. So today we're here to celebrate a little bit of sports. BB, how are we feeling on this terrific Thursday?
We are fired up per usual. Just wrapped up the Bill Belichick press conference. He gets your boy excited. Simple as that. I'm just now noticing, looking a little bit like Rudolph the reindeer here. Once we go live, gonna have to take care of that thing after the show. We got Thursday night football tonight, primetime, big time game, playoff implications. I'm excited to chat. Let's go.
Let's do it, man. You mentioned Bill Belichick. We're going to get into a little bit of Bill Belichick here today. Like you said, we're going to talk a little bit about Thursday night football. Could Bryce Young potentially win most improved player? We're going to talk a little bit about that this week or today as well. And yesterday, Bryce Young had his Heisman Trophy anniversary. We got to celebrate that with our guy Bryce Young today as well. But before we get into any of that, BB, Joe Burrow happened to get his house broken into over this past week while he is playing Monday Night Football, dealing the ball all around the field to his man Ja'Marr Chase, and it came out that he got broken into. Man, that's nothing to celebrate at all, but it has been a story around the league this week. And Joe Burrow, it seemed as though he didn't only get his house broken into, he got his personal life broken into, and his lady situation aired out. Olivia Ponton, who is a TikTok star and a Sports Illustrated model, called it in. I guess she was at his house. She called it her house, though. She said, "My house is being broken into," and people are wondering, is that your girl or what, bro? And so Joe Burrow had this to say in a press conference today.
So obviously everybody has heard what has happened. I feel like my privacy has been violated in more ways than one, and way more is already out there than I would want out there and that I care to share. So that's all I got to say about that.
Out of all of that, I mean, is that probably the most frustrating thing? Is that just how much is out there, not even just about the incident, just information that has now been revealed? Is that probably the most frustrating thing about all that?
It's part of it. This, we live a public life, and, one of my least favorite parts of that is the lack of privacy, and that has been difficult for me to deal with my entire career. Still learning, but I understand it's the life that we choose. Doesn't make it any easier to deal with.
So that is his ode to his privacy being a little bit taken into this week. BB, how do you feel about not Bryce Young? I'm just still on my head, man. Joe Burrow getting called out, and Joe Burrow's personal life being broken into, as well as his house.
Before we get into that, the TikTok viewer Q, I'm not sure who you are, but you're in live, and he is spamming up the like button. He's already clicked this thing 500 times.
My dog Q, man, let's go.
We've been live. We're over 500 now. He keeps spamming it up. Shout out Q.
Appreciate you, Q, man.
Appreciate the support. Everyone matters. Everyone matters. But it's crazy. I guess I never really thought about it, but like when you're an NFL star like this, like people know when you're not going to be home. They know when you have an away game. They know exactly when you leave. The Instagram post pictures of the team boarding the plane. Like they know the moment you're gone. Like your house is free game almost. Like that's kind of crazy to think about. That like I guess that's like an elaborate plan. I guess these burglars could use. But I guess that it comes with the territory. I guess you have millions of dollars. You have all these eyes on you. And things like this happen, and I guess they were trying to keep a little secret relationship. Like they're both high-profile people, and nobody knew about it before until his house gets broken into. So it's a weird story. weird story overall. But yeah, unfortunate for the guy. And I don't know. I feel like I may feel the same way. Like I'm trying to keep my relationship on the down low, and then my house gets broken into, and my personal life is all over the news and going everywhere in the media. I probably feel the same way.
Yeah, I do. I'd be pissed. I'm gonna be honest. I'd be pissed. And it is interesting that they were able to keep it on the down low for a pretty good long while. I mean, I don't really know how long it's been, but apparently, as they, quote unquote, she works for Joe Burrow, but also reports are saying that like she knows the house well enough to where she knew potentially what exact items were missing and where they were missing from. So that's his girl. That's your girl.
Yeah, she lives there. If she knows where every item in the house is, she lives there.
Yeah, which is and I mean it definitely is messed up, and it's sad that Joe Burrow's personal life is being hammered. And you said that when they leave for games, it's free game. Tua Tagovailoa actually believes that it is not free game. Tua Tagovailoa was asked the question, and he responded this today.
Just because my house had gotten broken into, not necessarily my house, but one of my cars, and so it's a little too close for my comfort with my family being in the house. So we got personal security to take care of all of that when we're on the road. We got someone with my wife, got someone also at the house surveying the house. So just to let that be known, they are armed. So I hope if you decide to go to my house, you think twice.
You had better think twice if you want to rock into a Tagovailoa's crib, because he is certified armed, and he's got guys there, and I guarantee you they are not from America. They are probably from Samoa, and they do probably not. They come here.
That'd be terrifying. You turn the corner.
And you got Oos. You got Big Oos, and he's dope. And he's got an AK-47, and he's definitely not afraid to use it. Actually, he doesn't even have an AK-40. He's got a machete, and he's got the arm. He's got the eye black. He's padded up to the side. Yeah, that's scary.
Now that Tua says that, I feel like probably a lot of high-profile NFL players probably have security stay at their houses. Because I mean, if you think about it, like they make all the high-profile players are making over $20 million a year, and you could pay a full-time security that just comes to work at your house. You can pay him $100,000 a year. That's a great job for a security guy, and that's nothing to you. And he's got your house on lock 24/7. So that's a great investment. I might have to look into that for a career path.
If this doesn't work out, I'm getting yadded up and I'm going over to Tua's house just to see if he's hiring.
You need BY's house. BY's house need watch. Like you got it.
I got him. That's that's everything NFL as of right now. But the biggest news of the day, BB, Bill Belichick is officially the head coach of the UNC Tar Heels, and there's been a lot of buzz. He had his first presser for the UNC Tar Heels today, and he had a lot to say. Like you said, this is the most we've ever seen the guy speak. And hey, I'm here for it. I love it because my man Bill Belichick has been very successful in the league, and I believe he'll be able to do the same. And here with us to talk about that is a UNC Chapel Hill big fan, as well as a Pittsburgh Steeler. His coach had something to say about UNC players playing for Pittsburgh today on the Pat McAfee Show. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Carson Jones.
He's got the cutoff already on.
What's up, y'all? Yeah, I gotta show you. I thought I'd announce it here on Unlocked before Schefter breaks the news, but yeah, I'm joining the coaching staff at Carolina. And I'm super about it. I was the first guy he called whenever he got the job, and so I'm super excited about it. We got probably gonna offer Baby Gronk as our first official offer. Hey, we're on the up and up. Watch out for Carolina football, baby.
Do all coaches have to wear the cutoff sleeve like Belichick?
Oh, 100%.
Probably, yeah. That's his MO right there, baby. The cutoff hoodie. That's it. That's his swag.
He's
Yes,
got to
sir.
have it. This is I spoke about Mike Tomlin having something to say about UNC Chapel Hill players going to play at the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is the interview that he had with the Pat McAfee show this morning.
We're just going to see the Pittsburgh Steelers full of North Carolina Tar Heel players just because it will become sort of like a pipeline to the NFL with Bill.
I think that's a real possibility.
Let's go.
I think it is awesome. I had a couple of sons that played college football. I would have sent my boys down there to play for them in a hurry. You know they're going to be instructed. You know that their football intellect is going to be developed, the skills relative to the positions that they play. Man, I think he's going to be great for that place and great for college football.
Yeah, and West Virginia.
We'll leave it there. Hey, I mean, that's good news. CJ, you're going to be seeing your favorite college guys going straight from Carolina and playing for Mike Tomlin. And let me tell you, that man's got a nut. I'm glad to hear that.
Hey, he's been rocking that beanie 24/7 on Hard Knocks. You know his noggin is cold.
It's got to be.
Evie, what are your initial thoughts on Bill Belichick and his presser today officially becoming the head coach of the UNC Tar Heels?
I mean, I think it's pretty clear that he's made it like, and even the chancellor and AD were making it like football and basketball are the priority for all. Like, if you're good at those two sports, it increases your entire university's revenue across every single sport. So they said, we got to get the football right and we got to get the b-ball right. Usually we've been good at the b-ball. Usually the b-ball's okay, but we got to get some bread over there or something. We got to get a big man. But the things he was saying, like the coaching staff's going to be littered with NFL personnel. And he said Freddie Kitchens is going to be the first hire. He's the interim head coach right now. He's got previous NFL head coach experience. He said he's already talked to Lawrence Taylor and Julius Peppers, two Hall of Famers. Those have both been supporting Bill. So, I mean, he's got connects. He knows people. And I think he's in the ACC. Like, it's not that difficult at the end of the day. And I believe the line, I was on FanDuel today, I was looking at Heisman odds and things like that. And they already have a Bill Belichick UNC win total. They're the only team with a win total for next year already out. And it's set at 7.5. What do you guys think on that? And the over 7.5 was plus odds.
That's a hammer. Oh my goodness, dude. Give me that.
I mean, if our schedule was anything like it was this past year, I mean, I think we have to that.
It's not tough. We play Clemson. Clemson's our hardest game and our hardest non-conference game. It's first game of the year in Kenan Stadium. I guarantee it's going to be sold out versus TCU. So TCU and Clemson are our two hardest games next year.
Yeah, I would love to take that over. Real quick, shout out to everybody that has officially joined our TikTok live. Appreciate you guys coming in, hanging out with us. My boy Q, I think Q is solo dolo in this thing. He's got us up to 2.6K hearts already on the TikTok page. Shout out my boy Q. Shout out everybody else that has come to hang out with us today. But back to the Chapel Hill Tar Heels and back to Bill Belichick. CJ, NIL money is through the roof now, baby. $4 million you had this year. We now might be moving up to like $20 million. Is that right? I mean, how do we feel about bringing in players through the portal, getting guys from high school? I know Bill Belichick knows how to evaluate the proper talent, but with the NIL money now, I couldn't help but think the Tar Heels could be the real deal year one under Bill Belichick.
I meing, as big as it is getting Belichick, I think the increase in our NIL money is equally as big. I mean, knowing we only had $4 million this year and seeing teams like Ohio State, Texas having $20 million, it's like, how are we supposed to compete with something like that? You know what I mean? At this point, the way college football is, the kids want the money, man. You show $500,000 to a 17-year-old kid, they're like, all right, where do I sign? You know, so it's tough. You know, us not being a football school and not having a lot of money, it's like, okay, why would they come to UNC, you know? Yeah. But now we have all this money that we can dish out. We have one of the greatest coaches of all time, regardless of sport. We got one of the greatest coaches of all time who knows how to coach, knows how to win, and knows what it takes to get you to the next level. It's like, why not Carolina? And you get to wear that Carolina blue. Oh my gosh. Hey, nothing better, baby.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, the players are going to be dripping, dude. If Belichick will allow it, the players will be dripping. And I am excited to see. I will be honest. I went to a couple UNC games like in high school through college. The games are fun. The stadium is like this, not a bad stadium by any means at all. Great campus, as Bill Belichick mentioned multiple times today. I mean, they've got literally an NFL program now, like you said, BB and CJ. Multiple players are now being talked to come help coach. Freddie Kitchens, I believe is his name, he was already his first hire for Bill Belichick. And we also have a GM. A general manager, Mike Lombardi, is going to be coming in to play the general manager role. And he had this to say as well on the Pat McAfee show.
Because I think there's like 1,500 kids already in the portal.
Yeah, well, if you want to play for the greatest coach of all time and you want to be around a winning program, please enter the portal. We'll take you. We're going to go through it deeply. I mean, this is an advertisement for it. We're going to go deep into it because we're going to rebuild the team, and I think it's important. I don't think it's just this is team building. This isn't adding players, right? We're going to systematically and strategically build the team the right way so that we have sustainable success, so that you can compete at the highest level of college football. I think that's really important. I think everybody makes too much about the cap. Certainly the players deserve to get paid, but more into the cap, there's two things that involve the cap. It involves how do we develop players to become good players, and how do we pay the players that already are good players? So there's two systems that are going on simultaneously. And you need a head coach like Coach Belichick who understands that. Player development is the key to salary cap.
To say the least, I mean, they've got guys that know ball in the building for the Tar Heels. Like, he's talking about cap. Is it like cap space and general manager developing players? Bill Belichick, these are the words that are surrounding the Tar Heels. I know that you guys have got to be excited. Real quick, shout out my boy Maxie. Already hit the gift goal once again on TikTok. Give him the gifted. Give him the gifted. Give him the gifted.
Thanks for the rose.
Thank you for the rose.
Dude, the thing that got me the most, like, not the most excited, but something that was absolutely bonkers to me. It was on Twitter, so we know our history with Twitter, Key. We don't know how accurate some things are, but there's only two teams rumored to have more NIL money than us right now: Texas and Ohio State. To think that Carolina football is now the number 3, like, I guess most revenue, most money you can use on players in NIL is absolutely bonkers to think about. If you told me that in basketball, I'd say, sure. Yeah, we're a big brand in basketball. But football, never in a million years would I thought that.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
BB, I mean, you mentioned it. Like, you want your basketball to be good and your football to be good. Like, if you can marry those two, especially with the academics, that's something CJ can speak to. Like, you're talking about potentially, if things go well, the best college in the country, like straight up, because you're already up there with the best academics. You're up there most years in basketball. You have the brand in basketball. Now you bring in football as a potential top 25, top 10, top 5 team. Hopefully, like, the entire school and the entire state is going to be on notice with the Chapel Hill Tar Heels, dude. Like, it's gonna, like, I'm kind of excited to be. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm pretty excited to see, because it's like, why would you not invest in football? You think about schools like Ohio State. You think about Michigan, Alabama, the amount of people that come to those schools literally just because of the football and the energy surrounding it. Why would you not, if you're a place like UNC, try your best to build something like that? And I mean, you guys got it. All I can say is you guys got to be excited. CJ, any final thoughts on the Tar Heels, academics, athletics, football, basketball? This place is going to be the spot in the entire country.
Hey, it's already been the spot. Went there, graduated 22. I mean, Chapel Hill is just like a little piece of heaven, man. I mean, just being there, the campus, the people, the colors. God made the sky Carolina blue for a reason. It's the best place on earth. I love it. I always love it whenever I can get back. Whenever I first got there freshman year, you didn't even have to buy a ticket to the game if you were a student. You didn't have to enter the lottery. You didn't have to do nothing. You just show up. You're walking in, and then you're leaving by halftime because we're getting beat by 40. That's kind of the energy that it was. When Matt got there, he did a good job of kind of putting us back on the map. You had to enter the lottery, to get tickets. We got Sam Howell. We got Drake May. So, we were on the come up, but knowing that we only had $4 million for NIL was concerning, to be honest. Now I feel a little bit bad for Matt because obviously he didn't have much to work with. And I think that showed with our output on the field. I always felt like we had a bit of a talent deficit. But now with the university really buying in, it seems like we want to be the real deal, and I couldn't be happier about it. So we'll see how it goes. But, hey, we're excited, baby.
I love it.
Billy B.
All right, we're going to real quick. Max says, "Give me a break." He's a big Dookie, loves Duke, and I know he's over there pissed that Duke doesn't even stand a chance with a guy like Bill Belichick. So, hey, good luck with basketball. Good luck winning the national championship with that. We're about to cut to a break, though, real quick. On the other side, yesterday was Bryce Young's Heisman anniversary. We're going to celebrate a little bit of that with some highlights from that. Show you how his last drive at Auburn or his last drive here in Carolina was just about identical to his very last drive in Alabama versus the Iron Bowl versus Auburn. That was exciting, but we're going to be back a little bit of that, talk Thursday night football. But for now, all I can give you fellas is a Tar Heroes. Let's go. We'll be right back, guys. Thank you for hanging out with us on Unlocked with Key and BB and CJ today. Back at it. Yes, sir. Welcome back to Unlocked with Key and BB. CJ just went ahead and headed on to do his doctorate sort of things, learning how to be a doctor at the Eastern Carolina University. Man, that was a goated segment with our man CJ BB. I'm gonna be honest. I like that one a lot.
Yeah, CJ knows what's up when it comes to Chapel Hill, and I'm not quite sure how you can't be fired up about it. There's never been this much national media attention on the Tar Heel football team. Sure, there's been it on basketball, but I mean, we're talking about it on First Take. Everywhere you look on the TV today, it's Bill Belichick to UNC, baby. And Stephen A. Smith, he seemed like he wasn't having it. And if you saw that clip, Molly was setting them straight. And we're excited about it, baby. Let's roll.
Good for Molly. And speaking of not having a lot of national attention, the Carolina Panthers haven't had a lot of national attention until recently, BB. We have finally started to grow a little bit of a squad that people want to talk about. People do not want to play. On Barstool's like weekly rankings, the Carolina Panthers were the one team ranked under a team you do not want to play. And I love to see that. I mean, we're getting a bit better. The big reason of that is brother Bryce Young, who is already starting to solidify himself as a Carolina legend. We'll see how it develops. But before Carolina, before Charlotte, North Carolina, before the Panthers, Bryce Young was a dog in high school in Pasadena, California, and that translated perfectly to Alabama, where he won the Heisman Trophy just 1 or 2, 3 years ago. Yesterday, December 11th, and we have to celebrate Bryce Young's Heisman Trophy anniversary with a little bit of a tribute with some of his best plays from high school. This first drive is specifically from the Auburn game. If I can get it playing here.
From college, not high school. All good though.
Yeah, from college. I don't know why this thing is not working all of a sudden. Let's see if I can pull it back in. All right, maybe we won't be tributing Bryce Young today, but hey, shout out Bryce Young though, and winning the Heisman Trophy not too long ago. BB, you want to try and pull it from your computer real quick?
Yeah, we have to pop out of this.
For the first time, I got the little white notification too. Maybe not.
Straight technical difficulties today.
All right, that's all good. Oh well,
no problem.
Yeah, no.
Oh well, we got to miss one of the coolest little highlight films of all time. Bryce.
I know, dude. Oh, we will be bringing that back. I don't know why it's not working, but
yeah, just give it a minute. We'll try her again.
Yeah, we'll try it again. But for right now, let's talk about, could Bryce Young potentially win most improved player? You know who the last 2 most improved players were, BB?
I think I know one was Baker. I don't think the other one. I don't know the other one.
Last year was Baker Mayfield. The year before that, Geno Smith. So this could
make sense.
Bryce Young's or Dave Canales' third straight most improved player, as he coached Geno Smith in 2022. He coached Baker Mayfield last season, and he's coming to do the same thing here in Carolina, revive Bryce Young's career. And I think that he can do it because the way Bryce Young is playing right now, there are some people saying if he keeps this up, he could be in the top 10 conversation by the end of the season.
Ooh.
He has been dealing it all year long, and he's revitalized the Carolina Panthers. He's revitalized people's passion clearly to play the game here in Carolina. We're 3-10, and we're favored this week versus the Dallas Cowboys for the very first time since 2022. I mean, we got something brewing here in Carolina, BB. I mean, how are you feeling about Bryce Young's opportunity and chance to win a most improved player? And Dave Canales could be going for the triple crown and most improved players.
I definitely would be interested to know who else is in the conversation. What exactly do you have to do to be qualified to be the most improved player? That'd be interesting to know. And although we've seen great football out of Bryce, like I said, I don't know what the most improved player, and I wouldn't say he's had the most statistically pleasing season in the world. Although we've seen it on the football field, this guy is clearly significantly improved. He's got it brewing in Charlotte. We're excited, but yeah, I would be interested to know who else is in the running to win this one. It very easily could be Bryce. Like I said, I don't know what goes into it. But
I'm trying to think of who else could be I could think you can think of some comeback players, but in terms of most improved players, I mean, I could see it being Bryce Young. If I had an AP vote, he gets my AP vote.
I mean, what else would you say? Does it have to be can it be an injury? No, because that's comeback player of the year. I was going to say injury. Most improved player.
Yeah,
who's bursted on the scene this year? Chase Brown. He's been good late.
Odds, NFL awards odds, offensive player, defensive player, rookie of the year, comeback player. It's either real quick. Comeback player odds are Joe Burrow, Kyler Murray, Kirk Cousins. Featured. Okay, I guess most improved player is not. They don't have the odds on this thing, so yeah. I mean, I don't really know who could potentially compete with him for that.
I'm trying to think of like another second year player that has like made a huge jump.
I mean, Quentin Johnston, maybe. Quentin Johnston's playing a lot better this
we
year.
got to win it over QJ1, right?
I mean, he's not having the worst compared to last year. He was good.
He's actually scored like a lot of touchdowns, like at least 7. Because unfortunately, he's one of the options I got that I might be playing this week in fantasy football. So I was looking at his stats, and he's had a decent year. He's got in the box a lot. 2 of them were against Carolina, so that's a fresh pad. But he's had not a bad year, not a bad year at all.
Dude, beginning of the year, man, we were team's get right game. We were Quentin Johnston's get right game. Shout out my man Pierce. I believe Pierce is the one dropping 1 million likes into the live right now. So appreciate you, Pierce. Hey, Pierce. Hey, thank you.
Hey,
brother.
Pierce. Max was spamming up the roses earlier, dropping the gifts. Feel free to buy a couple coins, send them your boy's way. Thanks for the rose. Well, we can hit you with some AI Miles Morales takes if you want.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, brother. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Let's try and get this Bryce Young thing one more time.
Come on. We literally just watched it pre-show.
Literally. Nope. All right.
Crazy.
That's crazy, Bryce Young. Watch this play, though.
Let's see this play, Key.
I'm making
hey, everybody in the chat right now, whoever's in the TikTok chat, how you doing today? Pierce? What have you been up to? Let us know in the comments below.
I like that. Yeah, let's get.
If you missed it, Pierce, we were talking about Billy Belichick to the Tar Heels in here earlier. Are we winning the ACC? I don't know.
I know exactly what happened, BB.
What happened?
I trashed it from my computer. And I think that's exactly why it's not playing. I genuinely do.
So, just been baking some cakes.
Okay. What up? I am way too goated at TSB. What is TSB? Video game?
Couldn't tell you.
All right, not sure. Pierce has just been baking some cakes.
Pierce is a man with the icing. Pierce gonna get drippy and rock J's now. I don't know about that. But he's going to be rocking the cutoff hoodie. And one could already be in the mail on the way to me. We don't know. We don't know.
Rock J's now. That is hilarious. Dude, if he threw on some J's, I would be.
Some Concords on the sideline.
That would be hilarious, dude.
Dude, I'm the most excited. Clearly, Bubba Cunningham, our AD, said it, or not Bubba Cunningham. Michael Lombardi, our new GM, said we are going to rebuild this team. We're dipping in the portal, and we're going to rebuild. And Bill also had a take about like the college football playoff, like how he wasn't going to mess with those coaches yet and see who he could get. But I'm sure he's not going to mess with the players either. And I'm sure he's going to, after the big dogs are done playing, I'm sure Bill's going to be dipping his toes in that water, and he's going to be trying to go get a couple big dogs, man.
You got to. You got to. I'm curious to what's going to happen with that Texas situation.
Yep.
Like I'm telling you, Quinn Ewers is talking about staying. Arch Manning has got to be ready to play. Arch
ain't sitting for 3. Arch ain't sitting for 3.
Something's going to have to give there in Texas, and I think if I had to guess, I don't know, because I mean you got the Manning connection with Belichick. You know what I mean?
Dude, I saw a tweet that Belichick's been planting the seed all year long, hopping on the Manning cast on Monday Night Football because he knew this opportunity was coming. Get Arch in Carolina. So we'll see. That'd be great. I cannot tell you how many edits I've seen today of Arch in a Tar Heel uniform. I've seen them all over the place.
Yeah, that would be that would be nasty. They might have.
If you want to print some money, go get Arch. If you want to print money, if you want to pack the stadium, go get Arch.
Well, yeah, better be ready to open up your pockets. That guy, I think he made what did he make before he even stepped
Probably
on a
4.
field? It was like $5 million, wasn't it? Yeah, it was multi-millions of dollars for the old Arch boy, and that's ridiculous, dog. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. So we'll see. A lot of things are going to be happening in the next couple of weeks. A lot of things. We're excited.
Yep. So good luck to the Tar Heels. I believe that they've got a juicy shot to make some runs, especially in the ACC. I mean, ACC is not the strongest conference. I think Bill Belichick, he didn't know that. I mean, I'm sure he knew that, but that's not why he took that job. He's a competitor, but it definitely helps that you might have a free ticket to the college football playoff just about every season. But we talked about it a little bit already, BB. The Carolina Panthers are favored for the very first time this weekend versus the Dallas Cowboys at home. It opened at 1.5, and it's now at like 3 or something. I don't know if it's moved even more today, but the line is starting to press towards the Carolina Panthers' way.
Yep.
It seems like Vegas is starting to feel the Panthers, baby, and I hope we can get a big win here. It's Panthers legend Greg Olsen is on the call, which is pretty epic. He calls the big games, and I'm glad that we could get our man back here in Carolina to make that call. And Jalen Coker, BB, also seems to be coming back. J.C. Horn practiced as well. Coach Dave Canales said that Jalen Coker is looking explosive. He's explosive in his route. So it's seeming like he's going to be ready to play. How do you feel about the Carolina Panthers being favored for the first time since 2022?
I think we saw it. We saw it in prime time this week. We said there's turmoil in Philly. There's turmoil in Dallas. Micah Parsons and CD Lamb, especially Micah Parsons. He could not fathom that they lost that game on Monday Night Football. He was beside himself on the bench, walking off the field when there's still time on the clock. He could not believe it. I'm sure he went in that locker room, and it's either he went in that locker room or didn't say a word, or he went in that locker room and pitched a fit. Because, I mean, the way the emotions were on the sideline, CeeDee Lamb was shaking his head no. So I think maybe that's why the Panthers have been playing good teams close recently. So I think this is a fair line. I thought the 1.5 was a great line, and clearly people are hammering that. So the line has already moved 1.5 towards the Panthers, towards -3 now. We're due for a win. Although we want that high draft pick, we want that Mason Graham, Travis Hunter. We want one of those big guys in Abdul Carter in Carolina. I don't think one win would hurt. Being America's team would be okay. I'd be happy about it. I'd be okay with it.
Dude, any win that we can get at home, man, like I'm here for it, dog. Like I love celebrating here in Charlotte when we get a win. Like let's do it. I'm here for that. And go ahead.
I was gonna say, and we need one more win this year to cash the over in the season total, so Max's bet does not hit, and that's got to happen. We got to get that one more, just so he doesn't make a little cash. Because I know if we don't win another game, I'm getting a screenshot of a green slip, and it's gonna make me mad. So we need one more win at least. One more.
Yeah, I'm not going for that at all, dude. Please do not let Max cash out on us, man. That would hurt. You were talking about draft picks, though. I was going through Travis Hunter's Instagram today, just trying to get some stuff for our clips on TikTok. I'm bought in on a Travis Hunter. And I know everybody's bought in on Travis Hunter, but I mean, here in Carolina, we could use Mason Graham. We could use Abdul Carter. But if Travis Hunter is on the board, he seems like the kind of guy that you want in your locker room. You want being a dual face of a franchise with Bryce Young. I can just about guarantee you that him and Bryce Young would be best friends. Travis Hunter on the field, great player. I get it. But I haven't met the guy. But seeing his Instagram, hanging out with him a little bit on social media today, it's safe to say that Travis Hunter is the man. And he's got 1.8 million followers on Instagram. Bring that aura on down to Charlotte. I would love to have that man playing some football for the Carolina Panthers. And not to mention, he's one of the best athletes on the field every time he throws on a suit. So, let's get Travis Hunter down here. I do think that the Carolina Panthers get this big win. And after the big win against the Cowboys, do not let Micah Parsons get back on the plane. Just let him hang out here in Charlotte.
Leave him.
Just don't even let him leave, dog. We'll take you.
Dude, I've seen rumors on Twitter the last couple of days. He's a big Panthers guy on Twitter. It's like Monty Fetty or something. He is begging for the Panthers to go out. This isn't weird. I know we're talking about Micah Parsons. I'll get to that in a second. But he's begging for us to go out and trade for Garrett Wilson and get Bryce his one. Clearly, if we get Travis Hunter and we play him both ways, Bryce Young doesn't really need that one because I promise Travis Hunter can be a 1 in the NFL. That 14 touchdowns, breaking a Colorado record this year, he can catch the ball and he can bring him in on third downs. JC and Travis on opposite sides.
Yeah.
Lot. But I've seen a lot of Twitter that says Micah Parsons on his podcast has been saying he likes the Panthers. He grew up a Panthers fan. He likes Bryce Young. So I've seen some things saying we need to go out and trade for Micah Parsons. But I feel like Micah Parsons, I mean, he's at least a first-round pick, if not multiple. Garrett Wilson, I think for some reason the trade packages aren't as hot for him. People are saying maybe a second and a fifth. And if I'm Dan Morgan, a second and a fifth for Garrett Wilson, that text is sent yesterday.
Yep. I couldn't agree more.
Can you imagine having a trap? No, I guess we wouldn't trade for Garrett if we had Travis Hunter. But if we got Mason Graham in the draft, we go from a mediocre wide receiver core to a clear-cut best in the league. Adam Thielen, Xavier Legette, Garrett Wilson, and Travis Hunter.
Let's go. Dude, that would be, I mean, why not, bro? I mean, Joe Burrow's got T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. You know, Sam Darnold even has Jay Jettis and Jordan Addison. Like, let's go get some dogs out there, dude. And, we'll use every other draft pick on defensive line. And, like we got 2 corners locked in. We've got 3 wide receivers locked in. Like, that would be of course, that would be a lot of fun. But realistically, probably not. But let a man dream for a little bit. I mean, why not, dude? I think I would love to have Garrett Wilson. I mean, Buckeye fan right here, love Ohio State and love the Carolina Panthers. You start to marry that up together, and man, you get a real rowdy Kevon on Unlocked with Key and BB every single week. But hey, I mean, we'll take a Micah Parsons too. I think the Carolina Panthers are slated for a big 2025 offseason, 2025 season in general, BB.
If you are a fan of football in the Carolinas this next year, you might want to buckle up. Because things could get crazy. We might be able to turn the page in UNC football. We might be able to turn the page for Carolina Panthers football. I'm pumped, man. Unlocked might be able to turn the page and get to that next level. This next year could be a big boom. Big boom.
Oh my God. I know you're licking your chops right now. You got UNC making a boom. The Panthers are hopefully making a boom. And like, I just feel like the missing piece for something like that is to just have a large media stream where these people can really express themselves. Where, like, somebody's got to get the media out there to millions of people. Somebody's got to make Charlotte the best city in the entire country. Look right above BB's head, people. Unlocked with Key and BB. With BB and Key. And it's going to be, I think we're all going to be booming around the same time. Why not go here while they go here? We all just kind of hang out together. We all boom together. And once we get there, I will also have security around my house because I ain't going. I'm not going for the whole bust in. You see Livy Dunn in the – no, I can't.
You would love for that to get leaked.
Oh my God, that is hilarious, man.
Livy Dunn calls in 911. Kevon, our house. That's good.
Oh my God, that would be hilarious, dude.
Yeah, but on a more serious note, could not be more pumped for this next year of Unlocked, this next year of UNC football, and this next year of Carolina Panthers football. Dude, this offseason, we were talking before we started this show, like, what are we going to do when it's not football season? It's going to be interesting to dive into that portal. It's going to be interesting to dive into this draft for the Panthers. It's going to be interesting to dive into all. We got golf. It's going to be interesting to dive into all of it. And, dude, let's go. I'm pumped. That just got me pumped. Let's go.
Yeah, baby. Hey, this show is definitely not dead after the season's over.
No.
This show is literally just getting started. We've already talked about some future plans. Hopefully, we'll be able to get to some NFL stadiums next year. No, rate some of the best cities in the entire country. Wow, we're going to watch some of the teams, give ratings on the stadium, give ratings on the fans, give ratings of the tailgate, give ratings of the very best restaurant in that city, give ratings on the entire city as a whole, compare them up next to each other. That sounds pretty dope. But before that, BB, we might start hitting some golf tournaments. Like, dude, this is going to be a journey, baby. And I'm glad that everybody in both of our lives on YouTube and on TikTok are really here for the start of this, because the boys are just getting started, baby. The boys are just getting started the same way the Carolina Panthers are just getting started. Same way, clearly, the Tar Heels are just getting started. The same way the Golden Seals in California.
They're done. They're done. They're fired. The last note on the Bill Belichick. Last note before we on the Bill Belichick before we move on. Okay. Michael Lombardi on the Pat McAfee show today said, "Pat, we're gonna have to get you down here. We're gonna have game day in Chapel Hill, and it's gonna be electric. So if game day is going to Chapel Hill, we might have to take Unlocked to Chapel Hill for that weekend. And CJ's well known around there. CJ's a king around Chapel Hill. Yeah, you'll find us at Sigma Chi at your best party, and George Gooseman might be there too. You never know. You never know.
We'll be live. We'll be live from the Sig Chi house. That would be hilarious, dude. But okay, let's go ahead and get ready to close this bad boy out. But before we go, BB, let's cover Thursday night football one last time. It's going to clearly be a big game, the NFC West, Rams versus Niners. Isaac Urindo, it's seeming like somehow with that injury to his foot, he's going to be playing this week, or he's going to be playing tonight. So I think I'm going to start him in fantasy. Me and Zach Tiger, as some people like to call him, are in the poop bowl this week. A loser has to drink 9 beers and eat 9 hot dogs in 9 innings of a baseball game. And I'm going to be honest, a big piece of me does not want to do that, because apparently it's going to be impossible.
But 9 hot dogs in 9 beers in about, give or take, 2.5 hours. You think you got that?
Dude.
That your belly's going to be – that's the most bloated you'll ever feel. 9 dogs, 9 brews.
That's going to be a dookie of a biggest dookie of all time, guaranteed.
That unfortunately, 7th inning stretch, you may have to go pull the plug and get a fresh, empty stomach.
Get back out there, and I still have 4 beers and 4 hot dogs left.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
I don't know, dude. I'm hoping Tiger has to do that one. That would be crazy, but we would record it if it ends up being me. So I don't know. I feel like I could beast up one more time. I'm gonna be honest. If I have beers these days, I have a beer an hour, maybe. So having to pound 9 and 2.5, it's gonna be a long night. But anyways, I might be starting Isaac Urindo, so I don't have to do that. The Thursday night football game of this week, it's not just big for me. It's also big for the Los Angeles Rams, and it's also big for the San Francisco 49ers. These two teams are fighting for the opportunity to make it to the playoffs, to take the lead in the NFC West. And listen, these are 2 teams that have great coaches. BB, you mentioned it yesterday on the show. These were touted as 2 of the best offensive minds in the league not too long ago. Both of these teams can put up points. As a matter of fact, both teams put up big points last week. Both scoring, I believe, over 30 points. Like, this could be a shootout, but I'll tell you what, for sure, it's going to be one heck of a football game. Matthew Stafford and the number 4 best wide receiver in the league, according to me, Puka Nacua. We're going to see some more ahee-hees, if you ask me, and I think it's going to be good, BB. Who you got in this one?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be – I think it's a division game. We always say division games are a lot closer than you would think. It doesn't matter if one team's 3-10. It doesn't matter if one team's 10-3. We saw that with the Browns the other week when they knocked off the Pittsburgh Steelers in the snow. Division games are always close in the NFL. Professionals on both sides. Doesn't matter what the spread is. They're always closer than you would think. It seems like, at least. But I'm going to go with the underdog. Last I checked, I believe the spread was +3. Not sure if it's changed in any way, but I like the Rams +3 points. I'm pretty sure the game's in San Francisco, So that makes me a little hesitant. Home game for the Niners. They just had a get-right game against the Bears. We've been waiting on that game all year long, it seems like, for the 49ers to get right. But I like the Rams. I like what Sean McVay and the Rams did last week. I like what Matt Stafford and Puka Nacua did last week against the Bills. I think they continue this momentum. And if they don't win the game, which I do think they'll win the game as underdogs, hopefully they'll cover it by 3. Hopefully.
I like that. I've got, dude, people are still somehow sleep on Matthew Stafford, who is just, dude, he's got an absolute rocket on his shoulder, and he throws dimes. He's got Kupp, he's got Nacua, Kyron Williams is a beast. I don't know what people's injury designations are for tonight, to be completely honest, but I do know if that team's full strength, that's another team that you just never want to play. No matter what their record is, no matter if they're hot or if they're cold, you never know when Matthew Stafford's going to bring his gun to the knife fight.
Yep.
So, I mean, I've got the Rams as well tonight. We're both locking that in officially. And like we said, BB has been rolling against the spread. Last week, 7-4, I believe, and he's going to continue to. We're going to continue to do that tomorrow. I know you had one more point on this game, though.
Yeah, one more thing I crafted earlier today. I crafted up a little SGP for this Thursday night football. Whoever's in the TikTok, whoever's on the YouTube, we got one more. I got to play for you in this Thursday night game. It's around plus 750, plus 800 odds. Nothing crazy. I definitely watered down some lines to increase the chances. But we got Jake Moody over 1.5 field goals. That is the 49ers kicker. We got Deebo Samuel, had a down year, but I had to water down the line. Over 29.5 receiving yards. We got Cooper Kupp over, had to water it down a little bit, over 39 receiving yards. And Keys guy, we got Puka Nacua over 59.5 receiving yards. I think all 3 of those receiving yards could easily hit. We need Jake Moody to knock in 2 field goals. In the last leg is the Rams kicker to make 1.5 field goals. So we need 4 field goals in this game, 2 from each team, and a couple receiving yards on each team, and we'll cash out. And if that hits, well, actually, no, there's not any college this weekend. So we'll throw NFL huge lay this weekend if that bet happens to cash. Let's go.
That feels like that feels like a cash money.
I like it.
Yeah,
like plus 770.
So we'll see if he plays $1 for $7.07.
No, we saved up three free dollars this week. It's $3 for 23.
Okay, let's go. I love to hear that.
Let's go.
My favorite thing to do in the primetime games is think about who is going to score the very first touchdown of the game this game, huh? Who do you feel, BB, is going to be that first touchdown score? I mean, options in a primetime, the reason why I like it to be primetime is because more times than not, it's going to be a guy who should probably score a touchdown. Not, you're not going to get your random Will Dissleys, except for I think that actually did happen.
I was thinking that name.
I think that did happen this year. But it's not very often you get a guy like Will Dissly scoring the very first touchdown in a primetime game. So I mean, options are really Kyron Williams. You got Isaac Urindo, Brock Purdy. You could get Puka. You could get Cooper Kupp. You could get, did I say Kyron Williams? You can get some of these guys scoring the first touchdown. Who do you think is going to score that first touchdown of the game?
You didn't name the player that came to my mind first for that first touchdown.
Deebo.
If I had to bet one tonight, I think it would be George Kittle. Give me GK85 first TD of the game.
Yeah,
lock it in.
I like Jorge. I like Jorge a lot.
He gets active.
You're going to boom. You want to talk about a guy that has a blast on the football field, man. That guy loves playing football, and I love that for him. I mean, George Kittle first touchdown. Lock that in, fellas. I don't know what the odds are. My guess would be something around plus 800 or something like that. George Kittle to score the first touchdown of the game tonight. I love to hear it, man. I think that's a money bet.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
And on that note, folks, we are going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and get out of here. I'm going to have to see if we can start. Maybe we can play this as our outro song with it. We're getting out of here tonight, guys. It's a beautiful day. Tomorrow is Fortnite Friday. We got our man Tiger joining in. He's going to talk a little bit about Bill Belichick joining the UNC Chapel Hill Tar Heels. Not only that, he knows ball. And he's going to talk a lot about the college football playoff rankings, college football playoff games. Who is going to win the national championship in college football? Tiger's going to have his give and his take on that one as well. We're going to hear a lot from him. We've also got Maxi Stats joining us. That man has been hitting bets all year long. Maxi's Mortal Locks is going to be back tomorrow on the show. We're excited to hang out with him as well. Friday, BB, is the best episode of the week. I mean,
I love a good fun Friday, baby. Love it.
Exactly. It's like we're getting Friday afternoon vibes. And if you know what Friday afternoon vibes are, they are immaculate. The weekend is beginning. Everybody's getting off of work. Everybody is happy. And we get to celebrate sports. We get to celebrate ball with our man Tiger. We get to celebrate ball with Maxi Stats. I personally, and only I get to do this, get to celebrate ball with my man BB, baby. So we're going to be back on Friday at 4 o'clock tomorrow. We're going to be on TikTok Live. We're going to be on YouTube Live. We love hanging out with you guys so much. We hit our gift goal on TikTok. We had multiple people hang out. We gained a follower, 2 people hanging out with us on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for chilling with us today. And let's go ahead real quick. I'm going to keep it quick today because I'm excited to get into Friday. Let's just always consider the acronym FAMILY. Forget about me. I love you. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today. Tick, tick. Boom.
Boom. Shout out everybody in the chat. Appreciate it.
You.